I get it. Not everyone enjoys exercising. And if you're just getting started, you probably dread the idea of working out. But today I'm going to give you 6 ways to motivate yourself to work out. So instead of dreading going to the gym, it becomes something that you actually look forward to. Before I go any further, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button so you're sure to catch my simple and tangible nutrition tips each week in 5 minutes or less. I also want to invite you to check out my free training where I tell you how to lose weight and feel great without feeling deprived. Because contrary to diet culture, you don't have to feel deprived to reach your goals and feel amazing. Just click the link below to access the training. Okay, so I want to give you 3 things not to do before I tell you how to motivate yourself. Basically, these are 3 things that will further discourage you from exercising. So you want to be sure to avoid doing these things. Discouragement is the last thing that you need. So here's what not to do. Number 1 is don't depend on motivation. Relying on motivation to get you excited about working out won't get you very far. You might be motivated to go for a run on a sunny day, but what about what happens on the other days when it's cloudy or raining? Motivation needs to be something that you schedule instead of just hoping for. Number 2 is don't reward yourself with unhealthy incentives. It slays me how many people run through the drive-thru on the way home from the gym. Exercise shouldn't be seen as a balance for unhealthy behavior. If you're working towards a goal, celebrate with a new pair of shoes for the gym or something that will reinforce your commitment to exercise rather than discourage it. Not to mention keeping you from ever reaching your goals. All right, number 3 is don't punish yourself. The last thing that you want to do, especially when you're first starting out, is to punish yourself so that you never want to see the inside of a gym again. What I mean is when you're first starting out, don't hop on the treadmill at an incline and try to run too many miles too fast of a pace. Ease into it so you can work up to the goal you have in mind. Remember, when we try to change too much too fast, it's a recipe for disaster. So start small and be intentional about working your way up. Now that you know what not to do to avoid discouraging yourself from exercising, let's talk about what you can do to encourage yourself. Number 1 is be neat. No, I'm not talking about being a NEAT person. NEAT is an acronym that stands for Non-Exercise Activity Thermogenesis. This is a great way to promote movement, be more active, and yes, even burn more calories. NEAT activities are any form of movement that isn't labeled exercise. This could involve taking the stairs instead of the elevator, parking further away from the store so that you have to walk further, and even standing at your desk. Standing is a simple but powerful way to burn extra calories. In fact, standing burns up to 3 times more calories than sitting. All right, number 2 is get accountability. Having someone who will hold you accountable is one of the most effective ways to keep you motivated. If you can't find time to work out with someone else, then commit to checking in with each other after your workout. You could also join a class or some type of recreational league. Number 3, don't do the same thing. We're all creatures of habit, but it can get boring doing the same workout day after day, week after week. Find a way to mix it up. Take a class, exercise outdoors, or try something unique like rock climbing. Number 4, have a goal. Setting a goal to work towards is a great way to stay committed. But when you set your goal, make sure it's specific. Don't just say, I want to work out or I want to work out more. Instead, say something like, I'm going to work out X number of times each week at this specific time and at this specific location. You can also set exercise-specific goals. They could include the number of miles you want to run, the time of your run, the number of reps you want to be able to perform for a certain exercise, or the amount of weight you want to be able to lift. The important thing is that once you set it, make sure you track your progress. All right, number 5, take your workout outdoors. Taking your workout outdoors is a great excuse to get outside. After working in an office all day, it can be hard to find the motivation to go hang out inside a gym for another hour or so. All right, number 6, use the 5-minute rule. I have been using the 5-minute rule for years, and guess what? It still works. The 5-minute rule goes like this. On the days I don't want to work out, I tell myself I only have to work out for 5 minutes. If after 5 minutes I want to be done, I can quit. but it really never happens. Before the 5 minutes are up, my endorphins have kicked in and I'm committed to the workout. The 5-minute rule is a great way to kind of trick your mind into starting, and starting is the hardest part. Remember, you can't count on being motivated to work out every time. There will be days when you just don't feel like doing it. You'll have days when the alarm goes off and you want to hit snooze 1,000 times instead of going to the gym. Or depending on when you work out, you'll leave work and want to head straight to the couch instead of going for a run. Trust me, you're not the only one who feels that way. But the important thing is that you don't do the things that discourage you from working out. Instead, when you're lacking the motivation to exercise, implement one or more of the 6 things we talked about to encourage you to work out.